Hi, I'm Nagarajan. I'm a professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Madras. I'm also an alumnus, BTech Chemical Engineering 1981. I served as the Dean for International and Alumni Relations for about a decade between 2009 and 2018. And during that time, I had several opportunities to be involved with the Alumni Association. I was certainly an ex officio member of the IITMAA Executive Committee as well. And so I have been privy to the all the business that gets conducted in these meetings. I think the Alumni Association plays a huge role in terms of particularly promoting networking among the alumni. We do have a separate Dean's Office for Alumni and Corporate Relations that primarily focuses on institute to alumni relations as well as fundraising. But they are, I would say, quite heavily dependent on the Alumni Association for building that community of alumni that they can then go and harvest for various purposes. And so given the crucial role that the Alumni Association plays, I think it's also important that the executive committee has in it representatives who bring a certain vision, a certain energy, vigor, passion to the proceedings. And for that, I think it's very important that you should ask yourself, are you sufficiently concerned with the development of IIT Madras and the Alumni Association that you would want to associate yourself to a great extent with the Alumni Association by playing a key role in the executive committee. And B, if you don't have the time or the motivation to play a very active role, at least would you consider participating in the voting process to make sure that the most appropriate people get elected to the executive committee. About 20 years ago or so, the executive committee became an elected body. And I think that made a huge difference. It's a very democratic process. And I think because of that, the process itself has become very participative. And there's also a term limit. Usually the committee serves a couple of years and then maybe one more term, and then a new committee comes in, a new president, secretary, and so on. And I think the advantage or the benefit of that is that each one brings in a different demographic into the association, into the committee. They bring different perspectives, they bring different priorities. And so there is this continuous reorientation of the activities of the Alumni Association as driven by the executive committee. And I think you can see the effects of that on the ground. The IIT Madras Alumni Association, I believe, is one of the most active and impactful among the IITs. And the reason for that is the continued involvement of alumni, but it does require that the involvement be in large numbers. So I do hope that you will consider being part of the executive committee, or if you think that you're not at a point in your life where you can do that, at least make sure that you join the voting process and cast your vote so that the Alumni Association gets the best possible representatives to drive its activities. Thank you.